Hey Steve, good to see you.
Paul, how are you?
Good. You look different than the last time I saw you.
Yeah, well, things are changing.
Vacation beard.
That's right. It's always nice to not have to. I just want to blend in with all the millennials, I guess, too.
You've got about a year where you got to let it grow really long if that's the case.
Yeah, yeah.
How was your trip?
It was great. Yeah, it was nice to be out of the state of California and go on a vacation for first time in a year and some odd days. So,
Yeah. So you guys spent some time in Florida, uh, and amongst other things, other than relaxing in the Keys, you visited our former employee Melinda Mergelsberg.
yes, yeah. Had a lot of fun reminiscing over times in the office and got to see her family that's growing up. So that was pretty cool too. And I didn't have to wear a mask or talk about a vaccine for like 4 days. So that was
Yeah.
nice too.
That's good.
Yeah. And you're this off somewhere this next week too.
Yeah, I'll be out of town next week. On a vacation-ish time away. We don't have it's just Judy and I, and we don't have a ton planned. So I know that given this crazy year and everything, we still have to get out the door. I know I'm going to be doing some work and reviewing some returns and signing things and issuing it, but still
Yeah.
looking forward to being away and getting out of the office. It's been feels like a long time since vacation time.
Yeah. I mean, at least it's April for you.
Yeah, that's right. Anyways, I thought uh, we sent out a mass email to all our clients and anybody on our mailing list this week about the child tax credit, and I figured you and I ought to touch base on that
Yeah.
because this is something that snuck up on me. I wasn't too aware of it or planning for it. It kind of feels like normally we've got until the end of the year to really grapple with tax law changes, but this one has immediate uh, implications, and really some of our clients need to consider if they need to act on it right away.
Yeah. I think I was talking about this to somebody at lunch too, which is, usually, like you just said, they pass these bills, during the summer, and then we have 9 months to kind of dissect it and figure it out. I mean, that was the case with 199A. I think that was the case with some 263A repair regulations as well. But these tax law changes that keep coming out are like on the fly. Like we have to figure out these things as we're going along throughout the year. As we're still trying to put to bed 2020, we're thinking about 2021 at the same time. It's really difficult.
Yeah, yeah. So this is part of the American Rescue Act, which a mess, American Rescue Plan Act, which I think was the first kind of stimulus bill that was put into place under the new administration at the beginning of the year. And so, amongst all the other things that that act did, it increased the child tax credit. So, a lot of our clients with kids uh, are or aren't eligible for that child tax credit depending on their income levels and whatever exclusions may apply. But this American Rescue Plan Act increased that child tax credit. I don't know the details of the increase. I don't know if you do.
Yeah, it's increased up to $3,600 for a child under 6 years old, and then I think it's 3,000 for a child between like 6 and 17 years old.
Okay. But then, more importantly or more urgently, which is why we sent out the email to all of our clients, is that the act also said instead of this just being a credit you claim on your tax return, the government's going to start sending you a check monthly for this child tax credit in advance for up to well, I think it's 50% of what they anticipate will be your 2021 child tax credit on your tax return. On your tax return, they're going to start sending that check out on a monthly basis.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to send out about $300 per kid.
Yeah, okay. Starting July 15th.
Yes, which would make sense. Then it'd be 50%, obviously, for half the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's great. I guess. I mean, if people want to get that in advance, that is helpful. I think our concern is if so. If you look back at the stimulus payments last year,
Yeah.
government basically paid that in advance, and then when you prepared your return, you were either eligible for it or not. And if they didn't give you the check in advance based on what they thought you were eligible for, and you were eligible for it, then you got it with your tax return.
Right.
But if it was vice versa, if they gave you the advance payment of the stimulus payment because they thought you were entitled to it, but you really ended up not being entitled to it, you didn't have to turn around and give that check back.
Yes, correct. Right.
So, unlike that, with these advanced child tax credits, if you get these advance payments and you weren't entitled to it, you're going to have to write a check to pay that money back.
Right. Yep. So if your child, turns 18 or something in the middle of the year, or your income goes up dramatically where you phase out, you come tax time and you took, $3,000 worth of the credit, you're going to have to write a check back for that $3,000.
Right.
I think the other thing is, if you were counting on using that child tax credit to offset your taxable income next year, kind of as a part of your planning process, but you took it in advance, you're going to be short as well on either your estimated tax payments or on a balance due, I think.
Right. Right. So we're recommending our clients consider logging into this new IRS portal that they set up. So the IRS set up a portal um, that allows taxpayers to either go online and basically assess whether they're going to be eligible for this advanced credit, or go online and basically unenroll from receiving this advanced credit.
Yeah.
So if they do unenroll and they were eligible for it, they'll still get it on their tax return, just like we always have. But it just gets them out of receiving it on a monthly basis starting July 15th.
Right.
So the reason we kind of thought this was worthy of sending out an email blast to all of our clients is if they want to avoid this potential tax bill from those circumstances that you just described, they need to log into that IRS tool online and unenroll, or at least assess whether they're really going to be eligible for it.
It's really funny that that's the first time I think I can remember where you actually have to unenroll in something related to IRS.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Don't
I don't ever remember them like even on the stimulus payments. I don't ever remember the IRS making assumptions as to where they think your taxable income is going to end up for the year, and then making payments on your behalf. And now we have 2 years in a row where they're doing it. It's pretty odd.
Yeah, and it makes reconciling these things so difficult for us. If I can put a plug in for filling out the tax organizer, it makes it so much easier if, people fill those out and let us know, because otherwise we're trying to reconcile, did you get the payments? How much were each of the payments, especially if it's a reduced payment? Um,
Yep. Yep.
So just another thing that I guess for clients to know is that, married filing jointly, your credit's going to phase out starting at $150,000. So that might be something for you to consider is, okay, do I think my income is going to be above that amount? If it is, then you probably should consider unenrolling.
Yep. So the link to this IRS site is in the email we sent out to everybody. You can also find it by Googling, unenroll from advanced child tax credits or something like that. Or give us a call, if you want to talk about whether you ought to unenroll from it or not. Give us a call. We can work through that with you.
Yep.
What else we got coming down the pipe here? It's June 25th, July 15th. Not a big deadline, July 15th. I suppose July 30th, the end of July is payroll tax returns for second quarter.
Yeah.
Not a lot else out there that people, have to um, be concerned with from a date standpoint, which is nice for us because we really are. I guess I'll even say to those that are listening, we appreciate our clients' patience this year. I think we, along with everybody we've talked to, our industry in general has been just slammed and are behind and doing our best to get caught up. But it'll be nice to have maybe a 6-week period here with not a lot of deadlines to start getting things out the door and getting people caught up on things.
Yeah. It's funny you say July 15th, and immediately kind of my ears perked up because of last year. I mean, that was the deadline, right? We were working. I know I worked on July 4th this last year because of that July 15th deadline. So we kind of pushed it up, which made it a little more condensed and made it a little bit difficult. But hopefully, we're reaping a little bit of the benefits now. But
Yeah, last year's condensed July 15th seemed like easy street compared to this year's May 17th.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, good exploring that. I always enjoy trying to understand these things and making sure that we've got everything we need to know to advise our clients.
Yep. All right. Well, have a good trip.
Thanks.